If you're thinking about buying or selling a condo in Southwest Florida, do not sign on the dotted line until you watch this video. The condo market has shifted in Southwest Florida, and today we're talking about some of the reasons as to why that is. We're going to be talking about milestone reports, Sears reports, and turnover reports, and what that means for you and why they're so important and crucial to know about before you either are selling a condo in Naples, Florida, or purchasing a condo in Naples and the surrounding area. Welcome back to our channel where we talk about everything that has to do with Naples, Florida real estate, working in Naples, playing in Naples, visiting Naples, and everything in between. If you find this video helpful anywhere along the way, please hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you can be notified when we post a new video on YouTube. My name is Kristen if you're here for the first time, and today we are going to be diving deep into the condo market here in Naples, Florida, and the surrounding area. We are going to be talking about three words that you are going to be hearing more frequently: Sears report, turnover report, and milestone reports. These are not just buzzwords. These are very, very important items, crucial to any condo sale, and can significantly impact your transaction as it pertains to condos in the area. Naples has always been a desirable location, and the condo market is particularly unique. We've seen inventory changes, price fluctuations here in the last several years. Alongside these trends are crucial regulatory and reporting changes affecting condo transactions. Everybody remembers the Surfside building collapse, and so those recent events and legislation has brought building safety and financial stability to the forefront. That's where milestone reports, Sears reports, and these turnover reports have come in. They're designed to provide greater transparency and protection for condo owners and for condo buyers, so everybody knows what they either have or what they're getting themselves into in a safe and financially secure manner. Milestone reports are the result of a milestone inspection, which is when a structural inspection is conducted by a licensed professional or an engineer to assess the building's structural integrity. And these engineers and inspectors are doing this at certain milestones in the condo building's life. Initial legislation regarding milestone reports were that this needed to be done within the first 3 miles of the coastal line. And so that has changed a little bit. There's 2 key points that I want you to remember as it pertains to the milestone report. The first is that it is required for all condo buildings 3 stories or above. So all condo buildings, if you're 3 stories or above, it is mandatory, have to have it, no way around it, you gotta have it. It's required if the building is 30 years old or older, and required every 10 years after that period. So if you have a condo building that's 3 stories or above and it's 30 years old, you need a milestone report, and you're gonna need one at 40 years and 50 years and every 10 years thereafter. No question about it. What the inspector or engineer is looking for is substantial deterioration. So I'm talking about balconies and railings. This inspector is coming in and saying, hey, the balcony is unstable, and so this needs to be taken care of. These things are not typically looked at during the time of a home inspection for a condo. During a home inspection for a condo, they're looking at, does the dishwasher work? Are there leaks under the bathroom cabinets or the faucets? Things like that. What's the age of the AC, the life expectancy? They're not looking at the structural integrity of the building. That's why the milestone report is so important when you're purchasing a condo. For buyers, this means that you're going to have a clear picture of the building that you're buying into. As you go under contract, you will have time to review this, or you will get it prior to going under contract so that you can make a decision. For sellers, it is crucial to be proactive. You have to ask for this report. They will not give it to realtors. You have to ask as the seller, and these reports had to have been at least scheduled before December 31, 2024. So if you haven't had that done yet on your building, if it's required, you will have to have it scheduled, and you'll have to notify, if you're selling your condo, you'll have to notify buyers that it is on the schedule but not quite complete yet, and that might leave a question mark for buyers, just so you know. On the contrary, having a recent milestone report done and delivering that to the buyers can be a selling point, but but just know that if in your milestone report there's some deficiencies, you do have to disclose that to buyers. Here's a scenario for you as a buyer in Southwest Florida. Imagine you have been visiting Southwest Florida for years. You finally decide in 2025 you're gonna purchase a condo on the beach, and you have two condos that you fall in love with. One of them has a milestone report and it says this condo is in great shape, the building's in great shape, there's no repairs that need to be done. And then you have another condo that maybe you like a little bit more, it's a little more updated, but there's no milestone report. So you may have a question mark as to the structural integrity of that building. As a buyer, as you're going under contract, there is a section in the contract for the seller to disclose whether they have furnished these reports to you. If they have, you have an opportunity to look at them before you submit an offer. If they've not furnished them to you, we are selecting in the contract that they have not been provided. When they do get provided to you, you will have 3 days to review those documents before making a decision as to whether you want to move forward or not. Now we're going to be talking about the Sears report, which is really a financial wellness check on the building. Sears is all about the financial health of the condo association when it comes to structural integrity. The Sears report is a long-term financial forecast that estimates the reserve funds needed to maintain and repair structural components over time. So I mentioned previously that the milestone report and the Sears report kind of go hand in hand. So what the milestone report is showing you from the engineer that's doing the inspection, they're saying, hey, the windows need to be replaced, or the balconies look great, but the stairwells could use a little bit of help. They probably have 5 years of useful life remaining. The parking garage needs to be repaired now. So what the Sears report is doing, and when I say Sears, it's SIRS, it stands for Structural Integrity Reserve Study. So when you hear that R in reserve, that means money. So these are reserve funds, and a line that you should be looking at when you're purchasing a condo. We'll be asking for a budget and you'll be looking at any reserve funds. And that reserve study is saying what these funds are being allocated for. So the milestone report, as an example, says, hey, these windows need to be replaced. There's 0 useful remaining years left on these windows. And so the reserve study is saying, how much money have we allocated toward repairing or replacing those windows over the last 30 years? $0. Okay, now everybody has to get assessed because the windows have to be replaced. Or the Sears report might say, we knew that these windows were going to be replaced and we've been budgeting for them. The cost of the window replacement is going to be $100,000, and we have $99,000 allocated for these windows to be replaced. And so that gives the buyer the knowledge to kind of see whether they think they're going to be special assessed or not, and the financial health of the condo association as a whole. So in a nutshell, the Sears assesses items like roofs, load-bearing walls, foundations, fireproofing, and all of the structural elements. It projects out how much money the association should have in reserves to cover the cost to repair or replace these items. The changes in the Sears report are significant. I cannot stress this enough. This is the most significant report that I think we'll see. There's now a much stronger emphasis on fully funding these items based on the Sears and what they're saying the useful life remaining on these items is. This means potential increases in condo association fees to help build up adequate reserves. For buyers, you want to review the Sears carefully. Underfunded reserves can lead to special assessments. For sellers, a well-funded reserve is a major selling point because you're letting buyers know that your condo association is financially sound and is prepared to make the required upgrades, if needed, on any of the items that is identified in the Sears report. If you're a seller, I say take advantage of this and help it justify your asking price. Here's a scenario as it pertains to Sears. Let's say you're considering those two similar condos that we talked about earlier. One association has a robust Sears and fully funded reserves, and the other one doesn't. Even if the condo fees are significantly higher on the first condo that is fully funded, it could be the wiser long-term financial choice, protecting you from unexpected costs. So who's required to have the structural integrity reserve study? 3 key points that I want you to keep in mind for this study is 1, buildings that are 3 stories and higher. That means if you're a condo, not just buildings, condos. If you're a condo and the condo has a first floor, and then there's another unit that's on a second floor and another unit on the 3rd floor, plus, this is for you. The report's required if the condo existed on or before July 1st, 2022, and should be completed by December 31st, 2024. If the condominium is required to complete the mandatory milestone inspection on or before December 31st, 2025, then the association may opt to wait and complete the SEERS simultaneously with the milestone report before December 31st, 2026. And then the 3rd key point, just like the milestone report, is that this has to be completed every 10 years after the initial has been completed. The 3rd major change with condos is turnover reports. Imagine buying a pre-construction condo. Understanding the turnover report process ensures that when the association turns to owner control, you have a clear picture of the building's status, finances, which protects your investment. Turnover reports are relevant when you are purchasing a pre-construction unit and when a condo development is transitioning from developer to the homeowner. So if you've watched some of our other videos and you are watching these new construction tours, if you're in a condo community, these condo associations are controlled and held by the builder. At some point, they transition over to the homeowners, and so that's where this comes in, and it's really important. We call this the turnover process. The turnover report is a comprehensive disclosure from the developer to the unit owners about the building's condition, financials, and any known issues. The changes here are focused on strengthening transparency and accountability during the turnover period. The goal is to ensure that new owners are fully informed about what they're inheriting from the developer. For buyers purchasing in newer developments that are still under developer control, you want to understand the turnover process. For developers, meticulous record keeping and full disclosure in the turnover report are essential for future liabilities. As I mentioned previously, the Naples condo market is robust, it's dynamic, it's desirable. So these changes about milestones, SEERS, and turnover are not to scare you, but it is to empower you to ask for the information so that you can make an informed decision. And as I mentioned, if you're a seller, it is vital that you request these documents and you stay up on your meeting minutes and what's happening in your association, because if and when you decide to sell your home, you want to make sure that you are positioning yourself in the best place possible. If you own a condo here in Naples, Florida, and you have questions as to whether your building is required to have a SEERS, has gotten a SEERS or not, you're welcome to reach out to me and I may be able to help find yours or at least let you know if one has been conducted in your building. So what questions do you have about these reports or the Naples condo market in general? Leave your comments below and we'll be sure to answer to help provide some clarity for you. Thanks for watching. We hope that this video helped you understand the changes in the Naples condo market and the importance of milestone, SEERS, and turnover reports. Don't forget to like this video and please subscribe if you found this video helpful. And share this video with anyone you know considering a condo in paradise. We'll see you next time.